Good morning, viewers at home. This is for those of us that just left the junior secondary section into SS1. So we usually start with laws of indices. So we have to look at some rules or laws guiding questions involving indices. You might have done something similar in your junior secondary section, but this one has some advanced aspects. Now, the first law is when you have to multiply two numbers that are having the same base but different powers, all you have to do is to add up their powers or the index. So that means x raised to power a multiplied by x raised to power b will give us x raised to power a plus b. For instance, if I have 2 raised to power 3 multiplied by 2 raised to power 5, it will be 2 raised to power 3 plus 5, which is 2 raised to power 8. So this is how to apply this law. The second law, that's division. If you have x raised to power a divided by x raised to power b, that will be x raised to power a minus b. That is, when you are dividing and the bases are the same, you just subtract the index. For instance, if you have 2 raised to power 6 divided by 2 raised to power 3, that will give us 2 raised to power 6 minus 3. That will be 2 raised to power what? 3. So that is the second law of indices. The third one says any number raised to the power of 0 is what? 1. That is, if you raise a number to the power of 0, it will give you 1. You will come across this in a lot of questions, like 5 raised to the power 0 is automatically 1. Or when you are solving questions in another aspect where you have to convert 1 into another base. If you are dealing with base 7, for instance, if you are to change 1 to base 7, you just write it as 7 raised to the power what? 0. So any number raised to the power of 0 is 1. So far that x is not equals to 0. 0 is the only value that does not go in line with this law. So any number raised to the power 0 is 1, apart from 0 itself. So these are the 3 fundamental laws. We still have some other laws. If you have x raised to the power minus a, x raised to the power minus a, that is, you have a negative index, it will be 1 over x raised to the power a. So x raised to the power a negative power will become 1 over x raised to the power a. That is, if I have 3 raised to the power minus 2, it will be 1 over 3 raised to the power 2, which can be 1 over 3 squared is what? 9. So this is how to express negative index. Another law, x raised to the power a raised to the power b, that will be x raised to the power a times b, which is ab. That is, if I have a number like this, let's say 5 raised to the power 2, and I'm asked to square it again, so it will be 5 raised to the power 2 times 2, that is 5 raised to the power 4. So this is one of the rules. If I have x raised to the power 1 over a, this one is taking us to the root. When you are looking for square root, cube root, or fourth root, x raised to the power 1 over a means a root x. If there is difference between writing a before the root and a inside the root, these are two different things. We have to take note. So this is how to, this is the 6th rule. Let's take, for instance, if I have 9 raised to the power 1 over 2, that will be square root of 9. There is no need for me to write this 2 here, because this sign already is 2. So square root of 9 is what? 3. Let's take another example on this. If I have 64 raised to power 1 over 3, that will be, so this one means cube root of 64. And what's the meaning of cube root of 64? It means which number are we going to multiply by itself thrice that will give us 64. That will be cube root of 4 raised to power 3, because 64 is 4 raised to power 3. So the index here and this has to be the same for us to cancel out this sign. So our answer is what? 4. That is how to apply this rule. Then we have another rule aside from this. Take that one as number 7. If you have x raised to power a over b, that will be b, then in bracket a will be outside. For instance, if I have 27 raised to power 2 over 3, 27 raised to power 2 over 3, that means I'm to find the cube root of 27, then whatever I get, I raise it to power 2, which means cube root of, what am I going to multiply by itself 3 times? That will give me 27. That is 3 raised to power 3, then squared. So that means my answer in this bracket now, from what we did in the previous question, my answer is what? 3. Because this 3 will cancel this. So I'm left with 3 squared. And what is 3 squared? 9. So we have several questions on indices that covers about 2 or 3 laws at the same time. So in our next lesson, we are going to take a look at some questions that involve indices where we apply all these laws. Thank you.